Beautiful people, it's me, Pamela, on my YouTube. Cho, no, what's the T? Siyahlazia. You know, Baloyi is starting this thing of his of stalling and stalling. I don't know what is that strategy for. Now, busy namakavela. Guys, like, honestly, I'm me. No speeds. Oh my gosh, I'm just like, it's beginning. Hi. At that time, Moses is like, ufuna Capitec rep to come. Guys, Ubalo is in trouble. Like, you must just leave that guy alone. Remember, my line has been, Baloyi must leave Muzi Sibia alone. Guys, there's nothing that says it's going to get from that guy. Because Muzi Sibia is soldiering on. He's just like, what? I'm not giving up. I'm not. And this is my story. And I'm going to tell it the way I want it. So, now the Capitec rep must come, because the problem with Obaloyi also, I need to know how they are. They fabricate stuff, manufacture and cook, and then write sandla. They write everything using their hands, and then is just like, please, it's a pleasant. Stop making up things. Like, guys, the whole day you spend nje ukhuluma ngekhavela, ukhuluma nge-airtime yase-MTN ka-R100 the whole day. Alright, guys, Ubaloyi has time. Oh my gosh, I'm just like, how is that leading us to Senzo Meyiwa's deletion? It's not even helping us. Baloyi will be asking crap. Things like the 6,000 rands that came into your account from SARS. Well, what is it for? Guys, I mean, it almost knows the stuff. He'll be like, that's tax returns, bruh. Like, are you like slow? Like, what's going on with you? Hey, Baloyi, guys, it's time, eh?
This would be your SARS tax return.
Was it after your assessment?
After your
assessment?
Mase baqeda ke ukubheka ukuthi ke uya qualify ukuthi ungayithola i-SARS yakho back.
Basuke sebebhekile. Ngithi mawusebenza ngonyaka kuba nesikhathi sokuthi beninikeza amaphepha ase-SARS ukuthi ungahambe uyisubmithela or ungazenzela wena ilokhu ukuthi uyibhekele wena ukuthi bakuthexe kahle or kakhulu. So unyaka nonyaka bayayenza leyo nto leyo bekunikeza amaphepha.
As and when you are employed on a yearly basis or annual basis, the employer would give you papers for you to see as to whether the deductions were correct or incorrect, and then you can check for yourself of your returns, and then you submit.
Then 1 October 2014 was an ATM cash withdrawal fee of R460. Then on the 1st of October 2014, there was a pre-purchase transaction in the amount of 50 rand. Was this for airtime?
Mhlaka 1 October kuye kulapho kuye kwathenga kuye kwaba khona imali okhokhiswayo nokusebenzisa ke ibhangi, kanti ke futhi kwaba nalapho kuthengwa i-transaction esibili ibonisa ke ukuthi kuthengwa.
There was an ATM cash withdrawal fee of R460. Then on the 1st of October 2014, there was a pre-purchase transaction in the amount of 50 rand. Was this for airtime?
Mhlaka 1 October kuye kulapho kuye kwathenga kuye kwaba khona imali okhokhiswayo nokusebenzisa ke ibhangi, kanti ke futhi kwaba nalapho kuthengwa i-transaction esibili ibonisa ke ukuthi kuthengwa i-prepaid. Manje uyabuza umshushu ukuthi i-airtime le ithengwa la noma
Ungcono bantwa bekuze umuntu wase-Capitec ngoba lembuzo le special lembuzo le engibuzayo mina la kugcina ngathi ngibuza umshushisi imibuzo kanti mina kumele ngiphendule. Kodwa kuba kwakuze umuntu wasebank ngabe eminye imibuzo bengikwazi ukuthi ngiyibuze kuye angiphendule ngithi ngiza eboxing bengazi ukuthi lento eso ihamba kanje lento eso ihamba kanje lento eso ihamba.
It would have been better if a Capitec agent was called here to come and explain certain things to me or clarify certain things to me so that I would ask them questions, because now when I'm required to respond, it comes out in the form of a question which is likely to be directed to the prosecutor. So then I would have known, if the Capitec agent was here, I would have known what all these transactions reflect, and then when I come to the witness stand, then I'm able to answer correctly to what I know.
Ngoba namanje nje umshushisi uyongifundela izinto eziyangitshela ukuthi lokhu kuyilokhu manje mase ephinda futhi efunda into lapha phansi ephinde eyibuze kimi. Kodwa abantu umuntu wase Capitec ngabe uye umuntu osichazelayo ukuthi uma ibhale kanje iCapitec isuke isho ukuthi lokhu kuyilokhu.
Because in this very same point, the prosecutor is the one that is pointing out to me all these transactions and then now asking me questions. If the Capitec agent was here, then that would have been the accurate person to be posed these questions to.
Then on the 1st of October 2014, there's an entry, it says correction, prepaid purchase. Then the next transaction, again on the 1st of October 2014, says prepaid purchase MTN.
Baye bayilungisa ke mhla ka 1 October 2014 baye bayilungisa ke le ndaba yokuthenga ke kwe prepaid le bese ke ba fika ke umlayezo ukuthi ke kuthengwa ke mhla ka 1 to 8 October 2014 kuthengwa ke i prepaid ye MTN ya 50 rand.
So bengeke ngasho ngaleli phepha leli ukuthi uma linama mistake ekuqaleni la ukuthi u2007 engavula ngawo iaccount ayoba mangakanani azoba ngaphakathi ama mistake uma siqhubeka ne mistake kukho le mistake esiyibonayo ngoba ngisho namanje abantu kukhona umuntu wase Nedbank ngabe uye umuntu osichazela kahle ukuthi uma bethi bayilungisa uma kwenzakaleni.
I have earlier indicated that I noted that there was a mistake with regards to this document, because they're saying that this account was opened in the year 2007. I made mention of the fact that if we are seeing this mistake of 2007, what more am I going to answer to, or what other mistakes are we going to find here? So now if this agent or Capitec agent was here, he was going to tell us as to what is this correction prepaid purchase and how do they fix it.
Ngoba la sengibona ngathi ngishawa ifanda ngempilo yami la impilo yami le kodwa izinto zakhona kumele size siqondile ukuze ngizophendula into eqondile. Uma kuza into engaqondile ngempilo yami futhi mina ngiriska ngempilo yami kunabantu abariska ngempilo yami namanje.
I think now these documents are being brought to gamble with my life, because this is my life now that they are gambling with.
Yes, Mr. Sibiya, the statement speaks for itself. On the 1st of October 2014, you made a prepaid purchase of 50 rand. The transaction did not go through. The next transaction shows a correction. You are credited with the 50 rand. Then you then purchased MTN airtime for 100 rand.
Basike wathenga ke airtime ye MTN.
Uma umshushisi ngoba ngicina ngathi ngibuza umshushisi imibuzo kodwa ngisuke ngifuna ukuthi nami ngicaceleke ukuthi kwenzakalani, ngoba kuba bekuza umuntu wase bank ngabe yena umuntu engimbuzi uma bethi ngithenge airtime ingathengeki, uma bethi benza bathi balungisa leso simo ukuthi bengithenge airtime, uma bengithenge airtime bekwenze njani uma sekukhona lapha futhi engithenga khona airtime ilo babuyisa imali ekhadini or benza kanjani angazi mina.
It would seem that now I'm posing this question to the prosecutor, but I also seek clarity on this, because they're saying that I purchased a airtime and then it did not go through. So they made a correction on this prepaid purchase and then now I purchased MTN. So I want to find out if this person was here, I was going to be able to have clarity as to whether they bring back the money or what, do they credit me with airtime or what.
Which MTN number were you using at the time?
Ngaleso sikhathi wasebenzisa yiphi number ye MTN?
Siyathi MTN ayisebenzisa lethina ngo909.
I did say that the MTN number that I was using, the last numbers were 909.
Nasi khuluma ngale 50 rand uthi yabuyela kuphi ekhadini back. uma izothi umshushisi ngabuye ngaphinde ngathenga futhi le mali le esikhuluma ngayo le 50 rand uthi yabuyele accountini noma yabuye yenzakala kanjani ngoba nala ukuphinda kuthiwa ngithenge khona kune-airtime ye-MTN akuveli ukuthi imali le airtime le akhuluma ngayo.
We are now on this 50 rands airtime that you said it was purchased and there was a correction that was made and then it was later purchased again, this MTN airtime, and it does not specify how much of airtime was bought.
We have shown the entries to you on your account that you purchase airtime for 50 rand. One can see the balance there was 2,822 rand and 7 cents. After you bought the 50 rands worth of airtime, then you were credited the 50 rand back. We see that your balance now is 2,872. It has increased by 50 rand. So it was paid back into the account, and you then purchase airtime worth 100 rand. We can see that the balance now is 2,772. It's 2,872 minus 100 rand is 2,772.07.
Masicacise ke ngale ndlela kona ke wathenga ke i-airtime ya 50 rand ayizange ingene yaphinde yabuyiselwa ke ifike ke ibalance mawuqala ukuthenga bekuyi 2,822.7 cent and then bese ke mase bayibuyisa le 50 rand leya yale airtime engangenanga bese yakhuphuka ke ibalance athi 2,822.7 cents. Waseke uthenga ke i-airtime ya 100 rand iyehla futhi ibalance athi 2,772.7 cents.
2 October 2014, there was a purchase made at TRW, I suppose it's Truworths, 101 Johannesburg, using the card 7961, and the purchases at Truworths were in the amount of 199 rand.
Mhlaka 2 October 2014 ubonakala la ukuthi kwathengwa TRW umshushiso uyaqabangela ukuthi Truworths lena ke 101 Johannesburg wasebenzisa lona likhadi leli eligcina ngo7961 wathenga ke izinto noma kwakhokhelwa ke izinto ezingenza i199. I'm listening.
Are you the one who made these purchases?
Wena wathenga lapho.
Bayithi umshushisi yaqala ngathi Truworths mina ngizokhumbula kanjani.
If the prosecutor is saying that they assume that it's Truworths, how am I going to know?
Yes, but the question is, did you make these purchases at Truworths on the 2nd of October 2014 Johannesburg?
Umbuzo umile ke ukuthi mhlaka 2
499 rands.
2014 wathenga lapha ke Truworths ke wathenga izinto ezingenza e199.
Ngoba ngisho ukuthi leli card lebesisebenzisa nombalo so mangathi umbani noma ngathi yimi ngabe ngikhuluma iphutha kodwa ngomphakathi wethu soyithiwa ngikhumbula ukuthi ubani wasebenzisa.
As I've indicated that this card was used by myself, both myself and Mbali, and I'll be